Okay. Um, I'm gonna invite SamDon right now. SamDon is a very good sniper. He snipes very well in the market. He does one shot. Now, after his presentation, I'm going to also speak on that because it's a trading strategy that hmm. But yeah, Samidon is a V2 rank in RoyalQ. He's an amazing person. He's both building a team and also trading, and his results is amazing. I mean, amazing. I think the last time I saw his results is he has made over $31,000 in the space of 1 year. I think he did his 1 year anniversary a few months ago. So he's not even 2 years in the business. He's just 1 year in. So yeah, I'm going to invite Samidon. He's going to share his testimony and also share his screen. And for those that think that, oh, it's only leaders that make profits, it's only leaders that are making money. Samidon is really not big in team building like that. He's more of a trader, but it's still good to know that and amazing to know that even with the amazing results that he has, he builds a team. So that's amazing. So, Samidon, please, you can unmute yourself and you can take it. You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. George. Thank you with Mrs. Hussein TV and other leaders in this Zoom. Sorry for not have been present all this while. I've disappointed like twice, but there's some reasons that lead to that. So today's I just try to make sure that I came to today's Zoom. So we are going straight to the one shot pattern, which I engage myself into, and it has helped me a lot. And in one shot, before I say something about one shot will give you a huge profit, and one shot will still give you a huge loss if you don't know how to control it. So let me share my screen to start from there. Okay. So this is the RoyalQ. We are in the RoyalQ app. For instance, if you want to play one shot, so you will first of all consider your amount you have that is available for you to go for the one shot. And if you are going for top gainers coin, you should also have capital that can bring that coin down in case if there is something like 10% drop. So if you have a capital that can bring that coin, if peradventure there is a 10% drop in that coin, then you can go for it. But if you know you don't have, then you should go for a normal coin that you have look on your candlestick and see that it will deliver you either 2% or 3%. So here are the top gainers coin. Let me use a particular coin for example. Um I read my charts with using the 1 minute record, and most time when you check your charts, if you need understand, if it give you any good this thing, you should not proceed. You should make sure that you understand what you are going for. So okay, let me, oh shit, let's I want to use a particular coin that I believe that will give us something unique. Okay, let me use this BO for instance. It's a top gainer coin already, and it has done almost 18%. So you click on your create, then you click on I understand. For those of you that didn't know how to buy a trade, then you go to trade setting, then you come to manual create, then you choose your strategy. You choosing your strategy, first of all, you should consider the amount you have. I've said it earlier. So if you're not okay with that, I have in my trade setting $50, $100. I have the one of $200. I have 1,400, 500, and 700. So it depends on how the market is for the particular coin I want to go for. Then I'll click on it. So for instance, let me go for the one of 100. So this is $100. I've selected it, and then you come to your position take profit. Let's go for 2.5%. And here are my strategy settings. You see the ratio and the core drop. I didn't make any change. This is the normal setting I use based on I have a good capital. So I didn't want to know if it will go more than this. But once I buy the coin, and it happened the coin dropped and buy up to these 10 margins here, then I'll have to wait for the coin to see the coin's movement to know if it's going up or it will go down. So if it happened that the coin now go down, maybe I'm now seeing after it have bought these 10 margins, and I'm now seeing like 5% drop or 10% drop. That is when I will now do my main one shot. So let's proceed. Click on confirm, click on save, then change your this to subbeam most. Please, if I'm fast, please, you people should indicate. I hope people are grabbing. So you now click activate. Now we have bought this coin. Then we go back to see. Now this is the coin. You understand? And here is the coin now. So if the coin start to pump, it it will turn to green, and if peradventure it get to that 2%, it will sell off. But most time for me, I don't say 2.5 because this particular amount, $100, the profit is small for me. So most time I put it 8%, 10%, because I know there's no way this coin will shoot to 10% without it dropping. So once it has dropped, that is when I will now use create a margin or use one of the margins that is available and make it double um, positioning, which is whereby I will now make the robot to use one margin to buy a coin for me at the price of 500 or 1000. At that time, it will reduce the floating loss, which is the core drop. For instance, if the core drop is like 10 uh, percent drop, if I should put, instead of doing normal replenishment, I do my I do that in my margin. I don't do normal manual replenishment. So I do my replenishment in margin. Then when I do it in that margin, I increase the amount I want the robot to use to buy that trade for me. If my normal trade is $20, then if I want the robot to buy the trade for me, I will now make that particular margin, maybe number 11th margin. I'll make it to buy that particular margin, that number 11, using 500 or 1000, depending on how I want the trade to be on for my own side. You understand? So, like this BO, it has bought one margin, which is meaning the setting is for $10 for one margin. So if it happens that this coin, this BO, drop and buy the complete 10 margin, definitely I know that it will come back. So if I should create number 11 margin and use 1000 to buy that number 11 margin, or 15 or 500 or 200, depending on your capital, you trade according to your capital. You understand? So don't mind the amount I'm mentioning, it's just based on the capital I'm having. That's why I'm mentioning it. So if you do that and you set the core drop at 2% or 3%, once it buy that margin, you can now go to your um distributed take profit allocation and increase it. Increasing it is just like you locking it. You understand? When you lock it, it will make that margin not to sell. That is for you to come out from that trade. Let's use this second trade I'm having in the screen, being BSW. This trade, my first buy here is should be 1000. Here is it. Then here is the take off profit. Then then here is the margins. If you notice in this number 5, I asked the robot to use 1000 to buy it for me. And number 6, I still ask the robot to use 1000 to buy it for me, being 2000 if the robot should buy it. Then number 8, ask the robot to use 1000 as well. Then here is $20 is here. So when I did that, I saw that the coin will pump. So when I bought the coin, so I have to give the instructions to the robot to use that $1000, of which he used the this thing and it sell off. He gave me the profit I needed. Then it sells off. But now the coin, for me to make more profit, just as this coin now is now in minus 2%. If I want to make a huge profit with this coin, I want to play it in a one shot now on my own. I will come to this same BSW. I'll come to the trade setting. The last coin the BSW bought is 11 margin. So if I should leave this coin as it's rising, it will be selling the margins for me, and it will sell it to that number 4. And as it's selling it, the average price is increasing. So for me to play it as a one shot, I click on the trade setting. I come to this distributed take profit allocation. Let me screenshot it for those of you that want to see it. I mean, this is the mm, sorry. This is the one I mentioned. You click on this distributed uh and take profit allocation. There is where you will now click to make your settings. So you click on it, you come to that margin 11. Then if you are using Android, you can set up to 5,000, but iPhone I think is either 100, I guess, or 1,000. So as I put this 5,000 and press confirm, it means that the robot cannot sell this margin for me again. Wow. It means I'm not fast with it. It has sell the number 11. So I have to go back to lock that number 10 for me to get what I want. Then here is number 10. You can use 500. It's not most that you use 5,000, but most time I just put that 5,000 because most time crypto is crazy. So once if you watch the rapidness of this coin now, this as I've locked it now, this coin won't sell the margin again. It's now in a number 10 margin. It won't sell. Since it cannot sell, it will maintain this average price, which is 0.0165. But if you leave it, the robot will be selling the margins for you till you get to that number 4, and the average price will increase, and maybe the particular coin amount you need will not is not what you get. Understand? So I need the amount to be in block for me, being this $2,182 I've invested. So if this coin start to pump, the robot cannot sell that particular margin until it get to that 500 I set it. So it means that I have locked the margin. The robots will now be waiting to sell the coin once you get to that 500, and which is impossible. Even though if I'm driving to any location, before I check in some minutes or hour, if I should check, maybe at that time we don't see the coin, and maybe the coin have pumped like 10% or 20% or 30%. So when you check, when this coin pump about any percent that you wished, for you to make profit, as this coin is now, uh, for instance, I want to sell this coin, for instance, the robot cannot sell this coin now. Once you lock it, it means that you will sell it manual. You understand? If you're waiting for the robot to sell it, it means that you have to wait until that particular margin, being number 10, to get to that 500. That is before the robot will sell it. And the robot will only give you profit of that particular coin, which is that number 10. You understand? So, but the purpose why I locked it is to ensure that the robot did not sell that number 10 coins. Now, the coin is now like this. I will not be waiting for this trade now to pump. Maybe I will now see as it's pumping, I check my chart to see how strength the coin is, and also if you watch the movement of the shooting it does like this, meaning after this it will still retrace back. So I will still have to wait this coin to give me what I want. I know I'll have to wait this coin from 90, 12, or 1 to give me the exact amount target I will need. So if I eventually this thing now kick more than my expected, maybe I will now see like $200, $400, $500. And that is when it will shake me to sell it first. Then rebuy it maybe with $50 because I know definitely it will bump, it will drop. You understand? So this is the one shot. You understand? Then for the BO that I've already bought, if you watch, it has already bought 2 margins. You understand? So I play my one shot with margin. You understand? When you play with margin, it will help you. But when you play it only like that, it will make the coin to drop and it will hook you there. You understand? But once you are playing with the margin, if this coin, for instance, as this BSW, as is doing like this, rising and dropping like this, if it happened that this coin and drop, now go against me, like 10% drop, maybe I woke up and see that I'm now having like 10% drop. What I will now do, I will click on this same coin, then come to the um first setting. The last coin the robots um okay, it's is a 9. Wow, 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 wow. I didn't log this very well. It happened the robots have sell one. This can happen to you. Make sure each time you lock your trade, always observe to it to know if what you did occur. Most time, once the robot follows most time the instruction you giving to him the last time he bought the margin. So if it happened that he bought the margin and you set it to be 1.3, it will follow that one. And once you have bought that margin, maybe for instance, let me this is what I mean here. Here is your margin configuration. For instance, this number 9, it have set number 10, and maybe I want this robot to repeat to buy this number 10 for me. I will do what? I will reduce this from this 1% drop. I reduce it to 0.6 for instance, and save it. Make here 5,000. Once this robot buy this number, sorry, sorry. I've made a mistake. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I should be in this thing. Here is where I'm supposed to be. This number 10, since you have bought this number, you have said this number 10, I reduce it to 0.7 so that it will buy it quick for me. Then I will now come to the distributed take profit and lock it. Number 9 is now locked. The mistake I made was now I see where I made the mistake. That number 10 I supposed to lock. Look at it. I didn't lock it. I went and do it in the margin configuration. Sorry about that, please. Um, coin you lock it. I didn't mean I put here 500. The robot won't sell that margin. But I made the mistake and went to margin configuration and do that mistake. You do your locking in this distributed take profit allocation. So this number 10, I didn't mean I put this 500 and confirm it. It will sell it again. So now I have done it and that is saved already. So the robot will remain at that it will remain at this number 9 that I have locked it, because I locked that number 9 and 10 as well. It won't sell again. This is where I did the mistake earlier on. If you watch this number 10, look at it. Instead of this is the um buying ratio. I've went and put 500. So I have to correct it back. So this is how I play my one shot. I play my one shot when I buy it. I I play it with margins. If and you should not be fast, quick to, maybe you need money quick. The crypto is not something you rush because you don't know what will happen. This bill, as I'm waiting for it to rise, I'm also praying for it to drop for my own side, because I'm praying for it. If it drop, that is when I benefit it most. But when it drop, that is when I can now change my strategy setting and use a one margin to buy 1,000 dollar coin. And at least when I buy like $1,000, it will make it to be around 1,000 something. So it happened the coin still drop. That is when you see I'll still use another 1,000. Maybe at the end I'll end up with the coin around 2,000 or 3,000. You understand? So, but the margin is very, very necessary. Instead of you doing that manual replenishment where you come here and click and go to your buy and enter the amount you wish to, maybe you want to use like 500 and you say you reduce. Instead of you doing this, go to your margin, create more margin for it. You understand? Then put the drop high. You can make the call drop like 4% drop, or even 5 or 8 or 7% drop. It will delay, but normally if the coin should drop, once it drop, go to your distributed take profit and lock it. Locking it is you increasing the fixed robot price, which is 1.3, editing it and making it like 1,000, 500, 200, 100. Once any coin you make 100, you have already locked it, you save it. There's no way a coin will pump to 80% that anywhere you are, you have not got your phone to check. You understand? No matter how busy you are, even though your phone is off, before coin will deliver like 80% or 100%, you should have been with your phone and check your trade. You understand? Then when you check your trade, it happen that the coin is pumping. That is when you will now see that you are beginning to make profit. You will now see the profit you are making. Then you will now sell it. If you want to sell, you sell manual. Don't wait the robots, because you are now playing one shot with margin. You don't wait the robot to sell that coin for you. You'll be the one to sell it manually. You understand? So meaning each time you are playing one shot, when you play it, when you want to play it, make sure you are with your phone and you focus on it once the coin have started to deliver. You understand? And if it's coin that is falling, don't rush to go and maybe stop your trade and do this. Make sure that as it's dropping, you have fund that you used to bring down the average price. You understand? You can still make profit in your trade with margin without that coin selling off. Just like okay, this spell, I make profit with spell, I think 2 days ago with spell. Just imagine, you if you want to make profit, you can make all your trade that is active already. You just go to the trade, for instance, this spell. If you want to make profit, this 22 margin it have already bought, which is the last margin. So if you want to make a profit, you click on this trade setting, then increase that your trade margin. That coin you have been waiting for long, that have not rise to your average price that have kept you so long. Go there, increase the margin limit. As this one is 22, you just make it to 24. You then go to your margin configuration. Then we stop at 22. Then that 23, you make it that same amount you have been using to buy, which is this calculation is around $21, I think. $21, $21 or $20, depending on my this thing. So this 0.3, once you have put it, based on the coin have stayed for long and you don't know how drop the coin have been, you come here, you make it 1.5, or you can make it just one. Then this particular one that which being the number 24, which is your target where you want to make that profit you want. You can come here now and say, do you want to use like $200 or $500 to buy? Or let's assume we want to buy with 2,000. You understand? With one short method margin. You just come here. Let's assume it's not being assuming. Let me confirm my first buy. Okay, my first buy is 1,000. So meaning that this setting is this 0 points. This is how to calculate um your this thing. I want to use 2,000 to buy the margin 24, you now say 2,000 divide your first buy, which is 1,000, is now giving you 2. Meaning, if you come here and click 2, this is how all this calculation is being done. It's not something you just come and put it. You make your calculation. When you put 2 here, it means you are buying with 2,000. This particular margin for 24, the robot will use 2,000 naira from my wallet to buy it for me. Then once you have put this 2, here is 5% drop. You can make it 6% drop. You understand? Or 7% drop or 10% drop. You understand? But for me, I'll make it 6% drop. Then I'll now save it. Before I click on save, I will go to this distributed take profit allocation. Then click on it. Then you scroll down to that last margin being margin 24. You now come, you put it 3%. Just mention that percent you need. If it's 2%, you need that robot to deliver that coin for you. Or 2%, you put it 2%. Like if you watch margin 22, I put 2%. The first time it sell off, then it drop again and it bought back, but it haven't sell off. So you still make profit in your sub sell with one shot. That one, why is one shot? Because you are using a huge capital to buy it. You are not using $20 or $50. You are using if it's your capital is if you are trading with $200, I believe $50 is just like a big money to you. So it's $50. But for me, it's $50 is not for me based on the fund I'm using. So when you put this, if you watch this number 22 is in 2%, then number 24 is in 3%. This method is different from the other method I've explained where you put 500, 1,000. When you put 500, 1,000, it means that you want to sell that trade and come out, you want to sell that trade, make profit on that trade and come out from that trade. You understand? You make that pattern, use that pattern when you have a coin that is in -3, -4, -6. You understand? You can use that pattern. You use it to come out from that trade. But you see any coin that is in -10, -20, or -30, 50, you don't use that method there because there's no way that coin will shoot from that 50 or 80% drop once and come out to that your last buy being your average and pump to what to encourage you for you to sell it off. So in that reason, why waiting patient for that your coin to pump? You can still make huge profit with that same coin that is in deep through your margin. Like this number 24, I put it 3%, then I save it. Now I'm instructing the robot to buy this coin for me. I'm instructing the robot to buy this coin number 24. Once it gets to 6% drop, it should buy this number 24 at the rate, yeah, at the amount 2,000 naira, $2,000, sorry. Then sell it for me once is in 3%. You understand? So when you set it like this, once this coin drop and buy, this one and this coin pump back to 3%, it will sell off. And you come to your record, you will notice that you have made a profit. You understand? Maybe you while waiting for that same coin for it to come out from that trade, you have already make profit of that floating loss that you are even waiting for it to come out. You understand? So these ways I make my profit using one shot and is in trade in particular, a running trade in particular. That is where I do it. So and again, when you do something like this, for you, those of you that have coins that are in deep, you watch the movement of that coin, see that this coin is about to rise. You go, you open a margin for it, Don't only open one margin. If for instance, if you have like 15 margins, have bought to 15 margin, and that is the margin call limit, increase it from that 15, increase it to more 2 or 3 margin. The first one, you just put 1% drop to watch the speed it uses to buy that one. Then the second one should be, and that one should be a normal price. You understand? Then you one shot should be on the second one when you put the bigger amount, then with a bigger drop call. Then make sure, remember that you go to your distributed take profit to put the amount, the percent you need, if it's in 2% or in 3%. You understand? Definitely, a coin that is in deep will do 3% or 2%, 5%, 10%. It will deliver. You understand? Then, if you are the type you are used to trading and you are used to your phone 247, you can as well. Once remember, there is a mistake that the robot or we normally do in this that you will do if you are using this my method. When your robot has bought this trade and sell it for you at this 3%, most especially is advisable that in this number 24, which will be your last margin where you shoot your one shot. Once this trade bought this, once your robot bought this number 24 at 6% drop, and you notice it, or you see the signal, or you see that it has bought, rush back to your margin. If you are not with your phone, for those of you that are very, very busy, maybe at night, that is when you get time, you rush back to your margin configuration. Then this number 24, that is 6% drop, you can put it 15% drop. W- But before you put it that 15% drop, make sure that the robot has bought that margin already. You understand? Because as I've put this, for instance, if the robots have bought this margin and putting 15, this 15 I'm putting is not for that margin that he has bought already. Until that, once he has set the margin, which is this number 24, then if he's buying the next one, should be 15% drop. Understand? When you leave it in this 6% drop, it will sell, it will buy, and it will sell. This is where people go deep in a coin. It will buy and it will sell in that 3%. Then once he now sell, that coin that pumped 3% and it sell for you might go, maybe it might go like 5% or 6. But because you set it in 3%, I've given you your 3% profit already. And take note, as it's rising, the robot cannot buy because the coin is already rising until when the coin begin to drop. Maybe the coin will do like 6%. But because you're not with your phone, the speed the coin will drop. Maybe when it drop with that speed, it will even cover more than this 6% that you felt that is big that time. Maybe you have like about 10% drop. You will see the speed you used to buy this, and when you buy it now, it will not use that same speed to sell it off again, because when the drop is not equal to the quantity is not much. You understand? When it drop like this, because it drop, you use 6% and it drop like 10%. So around 4% is still left. Meaning you have to wait for it to rise back 4% and talk more of rising to your own distance. So instead of you having that kind of mistake, for those of you that will not be with your phone always, once you have seen the robots have bought this number 24 margin, because normally if your robot, from my own, even if my phone is locked, once my robot bought coin, I receive notification. You understand? Then you open your phone, you rush and see, yes, you are bought. Just go to that call drop, change it, make it bigger drop, so that it will not buy. It will not buy until when you are present. You can do it like that. You should buy until when you are present, or you should buy even though if you're not present, but let the drop be big. You can make it 10% drop. why you have made the first one already that sell off at that will sell off at 6%. You made the second one 10%. You understand? Because for it to deliver for you that first one, it will need to also drop back again for it to retrace and come up again. So when you put in that 10%, it will help that once the coin dropped that around 10%, once you have sell off, the robot will now buy it again for you. And you still sell it again for you at that same 3%. You understand? So at that time, you are making profit in your margin with that same coin that is deep, but you are making your profit. You understand? So I would say this is the
All right.
I don't know if anyone have question regarding to what I've said. Maybe I might be fast, but please, if you
All
have
right.
any question,
Thank you
I'm
so
here
much.
to answer.
Please, if you have question, you can put it on the chat box. Thank you so much, SamDon. I'm going to do a brief on that. Let me answer this. Someone says, so after the sale of first buy, so I will wait for the golden cross before it buys again. Please explain. Yes, after it has sold your trade, meaning after it has bought and the coin has pumped and sold your trade. If it's on one shot, that's it. The trade has stopped. But if you're on circle, yes, it will automatically buy again. So automatically buy your first buy when the golden cross is met. This MACD RoyalQ indicator is really a game changer. Question is, can we use more than 7? Yes, you can use as much margins as you want. Depends on you. Now, thank you so much. Leader Sammy, you can see his trading results. That's over $31,000. Now I'm going to talk on, if you have your questions, please raise your hand, raise your hand so you can ask or use the chat box. Now I'm going to say this, right? A lot of you might not really understand. We'll probably have you again, Mr. SamDon. But then a lot of you this thing might be very, very confusing, to you. That's why, because you don't know the basics. You have to know you see, this robot is a very powerful robot. And that's the thing, it's because a lot of you do not know how to use it. That is why you are not getting the results you want. If you don't have capital, there's a way for you in this robot to have capital. So you can understand. Now, this robot is very powerful, but you must first know how to use it. You must first understand the basics before you even start manipulation. See, all these things that Sammy is doing is basically manipulation. All right. So until you know the basics of what margin configuration, how to calculate your margin configuration, how to set your margin configuration, before you even begin to start to think about how you want to even now be locking your distributor and take profit allocation from making sales and start locking it and start doing all these other plenty things. But you need to first know the basics. And also, if you hear him very well, capital really matters. You can see he's trading with over $10,000. So it's not a small capital. So if you have, I get this a lot, how will I be making I'm not making enough profit as other people. I'm like, you are not trading with the same capital as other people. Everyone have different trading capital. If you want to earn big, you increase your capital. It's as simple as that. And it's not only for trading, it's for every business. So someone said, thanks. I wanted to ask if SamDon can explain for we some other. Yes, we are going to have him some other time again. Which coin are you using? There's no specific coin he's using. You can see that he's trading with you can see he's trading different coins. Please, my leader, I would love to rewatch it. Yeah, we'll have the uploadings, obviously. I will even try to see if I can cut it in different sections, because today we have like both sections, like MACD and also Tammy. So I think I will just split it into two and then upload both differently, so that it will be convenient for you people because of the time. Now, also, I don't know. I also have something for leader SamDon. Like I said, all this is not a gift to leader Sam because you are very okay. See your what's today's date? In fact, safe, you are still making money already for tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, if you know the basics and how to use your robot, trust me, it's a very powerful tool. I mean, you will do a lot of things with the robot. You will do a lot of, but this thing now is something that obviously, when you know the basics, just start touching on your robot and doing things on your robot and start discovering things. This is what's called manipulation. It's not like the regular um thing. So also he said when you lock your distributed and take profits, I know that this requires you to always be very active in your RoyalQ app. You have to be very, very proactive if you are doing all these manipulations. But there's also something that I would like you to know. If you are not, like if you are, there are times or there's a time where you are less busy, you can do like a sell order. When after you lock your trades with distributor and take profit allocation, you have to be monitoring it, and then you have to, when it gets to the take profits that suit you, then you have to like manually sell it by yourself. But you can also access that through like a sell order. If you can go to like one of those your trade and just get to trade settings so that I can quickly show you what I'm talking about with that Samidon.
Okay.
I believe we do not have any other question again. So yeah, I'm going to put the recordings. We watch it. We also have him again. So all this, you cannot catch it in one day. It's not possible to understand all these things in one day. You can just go to like your RoyalQ app. Oh, you stop sharing your screen.
I thought you want to
No, no,
show
no,
them
I'm
something.
you. No, it's you. I want to show them with your trade.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Actually, not them, shall you, because it's you that is doing manipulation. So just click on any of your trades. Yeah. Now no, go back to where there is sell. I just want to quickly show you. Yes. So when you get to this part you can actually um put like a sell order. If you know that you won't be proactive, you can put a sell order on here. Now here you see trigger price, sell at market price after reaching the trigger price. In Android it's quite different, but of course you can still use this one. So what you do is that place, no, not you don't want to sell at market price. You want to put the
The
actual
trigger
price.
part.
Yes. So when if you have a price that you know that you want that coin to sell at, and you are very busy, maybe that day, you can just fill it in, the actual price. So the current price currently is 0.016 2.
Two.
So I'm just giving an example. You can just then say you want to sell at 0.0172. You can input it there. I know, say this one, a small one, is just an example, right? Once you put it there, you can also see
Yeah.
the estimated profit you will get. You can see that already when it sells. This is the estimated profit you get. It says, and then you can proceed to tapping on confirm, and it's going to sell that coin in your absence, regardless of the whole manipulation that you've already done. So yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone. Let me even quickly share and show you how an Android is. I think an Android is kind of even, you know, that we Androids
Mine,
we are a step ahead
mine
of
is
you.
Android too.
We
But it's
Android
Samsung.
is the best. Android, we are a step ahead of you people. Life is good with Android.
I swear, Lord.
You people that are using iPhone, you are coming at the back. We are already in the future. So let me do that. Let me quickly show you how it looks like on Android. It's really nice on Android actually. Why is it so slow? And then you tap on sale. You see the Android one have like sweet, nice things. It has the sell quantity. If you don't want to sell all the coin, if you want to sell 25% of it or 50%, if you want to sell 100%, you click on it. And then also you proceed to, tapping on the coin price you want it to sell. The current price right now is 0.3, but let's just put up 0.4. 0.4 is small. 0.5 is going to give 0.5 is going to give like $300 as profits. You can see 306 USDT. So the Android version of this is really nice. And then you can proceed to tapping on confirm. And once you get to that price 0.5, it's going to sell and close the trade even in your absence. So yeah, that's it. So this robot is really amazing. You just need to know how to do it to be able to do all these sort of nice manipulations and all that. So thank you so much. I believe we do not have any other question. If you have question, we can take like one or two questions quickly and then we round up. Today we really stayed in this Zoom. I don't know if there's question on the chat. Thanks. I wanted to. Okay, you've asked that before. All right. Thank you so much, Leader Sammy. We really appreciate having you here. Um, to all my co-hosts, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Don't worry. When I'm posting the recordings, I'm going to try to cut it, um, my part and his part, so that it will be very easy for us to access which parts we want to watch at the time. But like I said, we'll have him again another time. You can also rewatch the you can also rewatch the recordings. And yeah, so like I said, if you don't know how to set your margins, please and please try as much as possible to set your margins. If you have small capital, try as much as possible. Keep doing it. Like you need to keep trading and getting the knowledge. A lot of you think that you just come and then you'll be good at trading. No, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I'm sure Tamidon has his own story where he has made mistakes a lot with his trade. But the exciting thing trading with RoyalQ on spot is that you do not lose money. It's just waiting time. Unless maybe your coin is being delisted. But if that's not the case, it's just waiting time. All your trade that are in floating loss will definitely eventually pump and you will take profits. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you tomorrow on technical analysis. Tomorrow we have technical analysis. Please try to be present, please, so that you start learning how to read charts. All these things are things that are being paid for, but it's being taught for free. It's being taught for free. So please come and get the knowledge, come and get this trading knowledge, so that you can always be winning trades. Thank you so much, everybody, and good night. God bless. Bye.
Bye.